Hi everyone. Last meeting, I gave you an explanation on advanced comparative structures. I also gave you homework to do, which is part 5 and 6. Okay, in this video, I'm going to discuss part 5. Let's start from number 1. Okay, look at the sentence. It wasn't so much blank as underwhelmed. For number 1, guys, if you take a closer look at the sentence, there are two clues given to you. The first one is wasn't so much, and the second one is as. Okay, based on the clue, it is very clear that we have to use this pattern. Subject, verb, not so much. This is the first clue. And then the first adjective, which is disappointed. And then as, this is the second clue. And then the second adjective, underwhelmed. Underwhelmed means less impressive. Okay, it means the result is it wasn't so much disappointed. In Paris, this is the first adjective. And then as underwhelmed as the second adjective. Okay, this is number 1. Let's continue to number 2. Okay, this is number 2. Look at the sentence. Personally, I'd say Rome is blank. Now, look at the words in the brackets. Bohemian, rather conservative. The clue for number 2 is rather. Based on the clue, we know that we have to use this pattern. Subject, verb, first adjective, rather than, this is the clue given, and then the second adjective. Question number 2 wants to compare two adjectives. The first adjective is bohemian. The second adjective is conservative. Okay, it means for number 2, the answer is, personally, I'd say Rome is bohemian rather than conservative. This is the answer for number 2. Let's continue to number 3. This is number 3. Truly unspoiled land is blank common. Now, look at the words in the brackets. Become, this is the verb, and then less. Based on this clue, less, we know that we have to use this pattern. Subject, verb, comparative adjective, and comparative adjective. Okay, but before we put the words in the blank, take a look at the verb here in the brackets. Become is a verb, but the sentence has also got a verb, is. This means you have to combine the two verbs. You cannot say truly unspoiled land is become. Such tense does not exist. You have to use the present continuous to be able to use both verbs. Okay, let's start. The answer is truly unspoiled land is becoming less. This is the first comparative adjective. And then we use and then we use the second comparative adjective, less common. This is the answer for number 3. Truly unspoiled land is becoming less and less common. Let's continue to number 4. This is number 4. It was blank that I couldn't get any sleep. Now, look at the words in the brackets. Such, noisy, hostile. Such is actually the clue for the pattern you have to use. And then if you take a look at the question number 4, the second clue is also given here. That based on the 2 clues, we know that we have to use this pattern. Subject, verb, such, adjective, noisy is the adjective, and then noun, hostile is the noun, and then we use that, and then the rest of the sentence. Okay, let's start with the answer. It was such a noisy hostel that I couldn't get any sleep. This is the answer for question number 4. Okay, pay attention with the article. If we use such, the article and the should be placed before the adjective. The adjective is noisy, and before that, you have to use or you have to put the article here. Okay, let's continue to number 5. This is number 5. Frog wasn't as blank I was expecting. Look at the words in the brackets. Romantic place. There is no clue given here, but if you look at the sentence, the clue is given as. Based on the clue, we know that we have to use this pattern. Subject, verb, as, adjective, noun, as. If you look at the words in the brackets, romantic is the adjective, place is the noun. Okay, so the answer is Prague wasn't as romantic a place as I was expecting. Okay, this is the answer for number 5. Take a look at this one, guys. The article for as, the article and the is placed before the noun. While if you use such, the article and the is placed before the adjective. Okay, let's continue to number 6. This is number 6. Poland is still blank urban. Look at the words in the brackets, more and agricultural. The clue is very clear, more. From the clue, we know that sentence number 6 compares 2 adjectives. The first adjective is agricultural. The second adjective is urban. Okay, let's start with the answer. Poland is still more agricultural than urban. This is the answer for number 6. More, first adjective, agricultural, then second adjective, urban. Let's continue to number 7. This is number 7. The more you travel, blank become. Look at the words in the brackets. More, culture. If you look at the sentence, guys, the more is actually the clue for using this pattern. The comparative subject verb, the comparative subject verb. Okay, let's continue with the answer. The more, that's the comparative. Subject verb, you is the subject, travel is the verb. The comparative, this one is the comparative, so it becomes the more. And then we use the adjective culture. And then the subject is you. And then become is the verb. This is the answer for number 7. The comparative, the more, subject you, verb travel, the comparative, the more cultured, you is the subject, become is the verb. Let's continue to number 8. Okay, this is number 8. Look at the sentence. Berlin wasn't blank. I thought it would be. Look at the words in the brackets. Such, expensive, city. Based on this word, such, this is the clue. We know that we have to use this pattern. The pattern is subject, verb, such, adjective, expensive is the adjective, noun, city is the noun. And then we pick one out of the 2 options here. You guys have to look at the meaning of the sentence. As means like, that means as a result. Okay, let's continue with the answer. Berlin wasn't such. Remember that if you use such, the article, the has to be placed before the adjective. So, the result is Berlin wasn't such an expensive city as I thought it would be. Okay, this is the answer for question number 8. That is all for part 5.